blowouts. Today this one is going to be a yellow. So let's do it. I did before I do this, I did mix a pouring medium of this stuff. It's Minwax polyacrylic. I just got a small one because I'm doing a test. I wanted to mix it half and half with Flotrol, which is, this is what I'm using. Typically I only use this. Sometimes I might mix with some glue all, but not all the time. Just depends on my mood, I guess. But Flotrol tends to dry as a matte. So today I wanted to experiment with the polyacrylic because I bought a gloss and I wanted to see how these would dry. So we'll see how they turn out once they're dry. It's hard for me when it comes to paintings because everybody that knows me knows that I love pink, and so it's so hard to not just do pink all the time. So my next is yellow, so I'm trying yellow this time. I've been watching hours and hours of videos, and some of my favorite artists are Molly, Melly D, Mixed Media Girl, and Canela Sirocco. And I've seen Molly do this a lot. I've probably got too much paint actually on here, but I'm kind of just experimenting with it all anyway. And so if you ever get a chance, she's an awesome artist to watch. Well, they all are actually. So the colors I'm using I will list in the description. This last yellow is actually a Color Shift Yellow Flash by Folk Art, I believe. The bright yellow in there is Artist Loft, I believe Neon Yellow, but I'll check that to make sure. And this yellow here is by Master's Touch, which I'm not sure, but I think it is a Hobby Lobby brand name. So don't quote me on that, but. And then the white is, oh gosh, what's my white? I just grabbed some Anitas Craft Art white paint and mixed it with, now it is just Flotrol and paint and water, and it's kind of half and half, so. All right, here we go. As you can see, I did a green one right before this. That'll be, I'll post both videos today. Oh yeah, lots of paint. I might get yelled at for that by some artists. They think I'm wasting, but I'm trying to save it so that I'll then mix it together and come up with just a random color. I did it one other time. I got this really neat gray, which helped me do, this lady wanted some tables done, and they were glass tables, and ironically the gray that was on the legs of this table was the exact same gray that these colors made, and so it just came out pretty cool. So I'm going to add a little bit of white down here. I think I'm going to leave it. The cool thing, what Flotrol does is it makes acrylic paint dry kind of like an oil, we'll say, and it helps self-level. So as you blow this around, and you saw how I come down and it causes these ripples, it eventually comes back and then just settles level like. So that's a cool thing about that. So I'm just going to touch up these sides. These canvases that I'm doing right now, I'm actually going to give these away for free. A month ago, I had a whole bunch of canvases that I painted, and I didn't like them for whatever the reasons, and some of them were old and had been just sitting around collecting dust. And so I decided to, instead of doing that, you know, just because I don't like, my husband's the one who told me, just because I don't like something doesn't mean somebody else won't appreciate it and love it. So instead, what I did is I went around the town that I live in, and we placed them, there it is, but placed them around the town, and I took a picture of where it was at, and then posted it on that town's Facebook group, and basically saying, if you find beauty in me, take me home, I'm yours, I'm free. And so I did that in the town that I live in. I also did it in, I work in 2 other towns, and I did it in those other towns as parks as well. And I got some really awesome feedback, and I just want to do it again. And it's expensive, so it might be slow. I'm hoping to maybe do it again in the fall, like in October. It's almost July now here in Indiana, and so I'm kind of reaching out a little bit on Facebook, seeing if I can get some people to donate, even if it's canvases or gift cards to some hobby stores, to where I can get the paints or canvases or whatever I might need. And I just want to do it again. I think it's a really cool thing. So much ugliness is going on in the world today, and I thought maybe this would help bring some beauty back and make people happy. I don't know, color makes me happy. I don't care what, I mean, just these types of paintings are organic, and I like how it flows and mixes, and they're so unique. They are truly one of a kind. You can use the same colors, you can try to pour in the same pattern. You think you're doing everything exactly as you did as another one. No two are ever alike. And even once you do get it on there and it looks like this right now, in an hour I can come back and it will have changed somewhat. And there's different reasons for that, and I just kind of let it do what it wants to do, because again, it's the organic beauty part of it. And I know some artists like to tape off the backs of them to make them look more professional, and they probably sell for higher dollar amounts than other artists, but on the backs of these they can get pretty messy, and I kind of fought with that, and I've just decided I'm gonna leave it. I think it's cool. It makes it look more original and truly one of a kind. So anyway, here's the yellow one.